really useful day today. Lots of new information and ideas and strategies for developing my leads and finding the right people to speak to sell my corporate workplace well-being, high performance well-being programs. And what's been really apparent over the last few kind of months, really, but certainly over the last few weeks in particular, is how well, two things. First of all, how important the sales process is, and how much I'm lacking that. And secondly, how much I actually really enjoy learning about it and actually doing it as well, because it's about people, and I love working with people. I love spending time with people. I love getting to know people. I think because I'm naturally quite a curious person, and I'm genuinely interested in finding out more. It really energizes me and excites me to think that I can create a system that helps put me in front of the right kind of people, not just people who are ready to kind of sign me write me a check and get me to come in and work and deliver training and presentations, but people who get it, who understand the value of investing in well-being and performance, and the consequences perhaps of not doing that as well. And this is one of the big things we spoke about today is what is the pain, what is the problem that I can solve. And of course not every company has a problem with the things that I can help with, whether that's around retention or burnout or low productivity and performance. These are all the things that essentially are bolstered by having a decent structure in place for people to support their own well-being, and some of the mindset things around, especially around resilience as well. So finding people who are on the same wavelength as me that I can spend time with and speak to, I just get really excited talking to people like that. And I have managed to speak to quite a few people like that over the last few years, because they're the people who have eventually said, right, okay, George, come in and help us with this, or do some work for us here. So it feels like a really positive step in the right direction, where the things we learned today, but a lot of work still to do, a lot of research, a lot of kind of finessing who it is that I really want to be working with. So that's something that's it's kind of the next step really for me to do, is to really get absolutely crystal clear on that, which has always been a bit of a struggle for me to do that, because it always feels like, well, if I'm saying that I'm going to work with these people, then that must mean that I'm not going to work with anybody else. Of course, it doesn't mean that. It just means that I need to have a very clear idea in my mind as to who I help, what I help them with, and how I help them do it. And of course, there'll be some leeway with that to expand into other organizations, other industries, even other ways of doing it, but and possibly even some of the challenges and the problems that my programs can help solve as well. But as a starting point, it's really good to have that clarity. So I'm pretty good with it, I think, but there's definitely some improvements I can make. And all of this is really, of course, it's. I was thinking, well, how does it really help with the speaking goals? It's absolutely driving the speaking goals. This is one of the things that I've been missing, because on the end of this is making phone calls, which, as I spoke about earlier in this week and have done several times before with these videos, I'm really quite rubbish at making phone calls, mainly because I don't know who I should be phoning or what I should be saying, and pitching and suggesting and asking for. Whereas again, the system that I'm looking at putting in place now, it answers all of those questions. It's like, well, this is who you want to get a meeting with, this is who you want to be speaking to, and this is what you eventually want to be kind of asking for and finding out about on a phone call. So yes, all good, positive stuff. And my head's sort of spinning. I've done a little bit of work since I got back, but there's still a heap more to go. So I'm going to do that tomorrow. I've actually been feeling a little bit kind of run down, really, is probably the best description. Not quite under the weather, but certainly not 100%. I was going to go to Toastmasters tonight, but I decided not to in the end. I was going to go to the PSA meeting in Reading tomorrow, but again, decided not to do that tomorrow, but that then does open up a good chunk of time tomorrow when I can spend some time doing this. So that's what I shall be doing. I've got some time blocked out tomorrow to get onto this, because I'm away next week, so I want to make sure that I've got some real direction in place and some things, some systems in place, so when I get back in a week and a half's time, I can just dive straight into it. So all good. Catch you soon.